Time with Alec. I know you missed me, because I missed you. I did. Deep down here, my core, missed you. Thinking about you. Well, here we are. So I better start talking. Not much time. Got to get after it today. Because, candidly, there was not good music on. So I just kind of didn't start the drive time until I'm pretty much at work. So that's too bad. Woo, red light. Anyway, today, viewer mail, viewer question. Yep, here we go. This one kind of comes... Hada! This one comes from Canada. Good old Victoria coming through. And asks about fear. What are your thoughts on fear? And that's so open-ended. It's just amazingly, it's amazingly awesome, and I love it. Because open-ended things means I can talk about anything I want, and I'm not wrong, because it's just the direction I felt like going with it. So today, when I think about fear, there's only really one direction I'm going to go with it today. There's 1,000 million directions on fear. But I think fear generally is a tool that we as humans use to serve us in some situations that end up locking us into our own, gilded cage. So, thoughts for you guys on it is what are you afraid of? And when you start digging into what are you afraid of, not the bump in the night fears, but just any type of fears. Fears of getting bulky while working out, fears of being stuck in your job for longer than you ever want, fears of going broke, and get big with the fears. Fears of being alone forever, fears of dying early, fears of living a life that you're not proud of or looking back and regretting your entire life. Whatever your fear is, I would say to understand if it's actually serving you or not, or is actually a valid fear, start talking to other people about it. That's the one thing where I think fear owns us, because we keep it inside. We don't talk about it to other people. We don't explain to people what we're afraid of, because maybe that's too vulnerable, or maybe we're just afraid of what other people are going to think of our fears. Fearful of our fears being known. That's a sad, terrible thing, because really most fears, once they get out, once other people are allowed to hear them and see them and touch them, this measure of relief comes to us, and we can conquer them, we can deal with them, we can approach them, and we don't have to be locked into this box by them. But that's my one thought for you guys today, is the fear is controlling you, and not just you. Fear controls all of us, just period. It's not just like, oh, you're unique, it's only you that have fears that control you. No. Fears cage us all. And the first way to understand if there should be there at all is to let other people see them. Be vulnerable, be open, and let other people see them. I'm not saying you have to go to your most hated enemy and say, well, here's what I'm afraid of. But go to your loved ones first. Go to people that care about you, that actually want you to be the you you're destined to be, and go to them and say, thinking this, and this. I got these things that I'm afraid of that are holding me back. Or are these valid? Should I care? Can I do anything about these? Let them out. Because chances are they're not serving you. Chances are they're just total lies. And most of our fears are lies. And they're built up about things that we've experienced or seen or been told, and they aren't true. So, there you go. Good question. That's all I got for today. See if we can play it out here. And it's someone talking. That is such a letdown. So I'm just going to do this. Spin the dial. Hit go. Landed on Octane. See what happens here.